How's it going, everyone? It's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another Hbar update for you guys. We are on the daily time frame and we can see price did pump to the 200 EMA exactly as we've been predicting over the last couple of weeks, even before price managed to get down to the 1414, which we considered to be the higher low. That would send us back up pretty much to this right shoulder over here, but we were mentioning multiple times on this channel that the 200 EMA is sitting on that 786 fib, so we need to really be careful that this is what's keeping us in a downtrend. And if we do now fail to hold these key levels of support and break higher past this 200 EMA, there is a chance that this bottom is not in yet and that we do continue with a downtrend. I want to know your thoughts today in the comment section below, whether you do think this is going to hold as resistance and set us to much lower price targets, or is it just a short-term rejection, hold these key levels of support and have another go at breaking past them to finally meet these targets. Not only are there two targets over here, I think there were two more that I had to remove from the chart, but it got a little too messy as I wanted to post this chart on my Twitter. So guys, make sure you do follow me. It is Louis_Crypto, the only one with the blue tick and about 2,000 followers. I did make a post earlier today on Hbar, as we can see over here as we zoom in. After the inverse head and shoulders breakout, price has now found resistance at the 200 EMA, which is something that we've been suggesting on the channel multiple times every single day, but also in the last weeks as we started to come back up to that area. The 200 EMA stands in the way of the 618 Fibonacci target over here. So we were calling for it anyway, as we did believe that this was the bottom, and I actually gave a trade all the way down literally from that point there because the 1618 target was met. And if I placed a fib from this point to that point, the 786, which is the deepest that we could go before having a relief, which is what we saw, that is the central reason why we entered over here. But again, when we came back down and came towards the 1414, I did think that this was going to be a higher low, and that's what we got, forming this inverse head and shoulders. But even before it looked like it could happen, and then there we go, we called it, it broke out, back tested its support. It's about to form a bullish cross on the daily time frame, looking to meet the target out of the inverse head and shoulders. But what does stand in the way of this 618 Fibonacci target at 6.62 cents is of course the 200 EMA. So again, as it says over here, price now needs to flip this one Fibonacci into support to have a chance at breaking through the 200 EMA. Otherwise, Hbar will remain in a downtrend, and that's why earlier today I did want to ask for your opinions in the comment section below, whether you think we will stay in this downtrend. As we can see, the last time we broke through, came back under, flipped into resistance, we eventually went lower than this low. Currently, that is what we need to reclaim, and it is still support. I've got a line that drags back even further into the past, which takes us back to summer last year. In fact, September last year in 2022. And basically going through these points, as well as dragging the box down to this lowest point on this wick over here, shows that this was previously a key level of support that was holding us up for multiple months on end, all the way ever since May, all the way through until November. So pretty much most of the year was spent holding this support, and of course it was eventually lost. So I've marked out the lowest point over there, as well as the lowest point before this breakdown to the downside out of this smaller head and shoulders. As yeah, you can even say a large one, or I was calling it a descending triangle over here, going through these 2 points and this being your support. So double top, descending triangle, head and shoulders pattern, whatever you want to call it, they all had pretty much the same target, which was down at this low. And some cryptos did actually meet it, like VeChain, but we can see that Hbar, ever since we called for it to reverse from this point over here, as it was this support, is going ahead and trying to invalidate the downside target to this point. So that's why we're saying that this 200 EMA is very vital to be reclaimed. Otherwise, we will eventually head back down to this low, which would be considered the one Fibonacci if I place one from here to there. And yeah, again, the 786 fib was quite close to that area, so that's why we were calling for price to head up from here. But yeah, so essentially to invalidate any time at any moment price coming down to here, we need to reclaim this level which we've just been talking about. So that's why in that Twitter post, as you saw earlier today, I said we need to hold the one Fibonacci. We've already come back down and tested that inverse head and shoulders neckline, and we're about to form a bullish cross. So I would again expect price to go up as it has, but for this to cross over and for price to fall back into it and hold its support for continuation eventually higher. Now, what I did see on another crypto, XRP, is when it did reclaim this level, it went like automatically to there. So keep that in mind. If we do actually now see this level being held as support, we do meet the targets out of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. But not only that, there's multiple patterns, guys. We will talk about those patterns first, and then we'll get on to how we could get up there. But again, we also had a ascending triangle over here, double bottom, one bottom, higher low, second bottom, and this is an ascending support. So those two lines do eventually meet, forming the ascending triangle pattern, which does have the same target as we would go from this point to that point and put it on the breakout, with a 618 target over here as well, back on this right shoulder, as well as a new inverse head and shoulders, which I did show in the last few updates, going through these points over here, and we can see the shoulder, head and shoulder that sat on this other inverse head and shoulders neckline, as well as the moving averages as support, and then followed by a pump into this area. But again, even with this pattern, the target has not been met. Guys, if you are following along with this video, finding it very valuable, then it would be very appreciative if you could leave a like and even a comment down below, whether it's about whether you think it's going to continue low, or just in general to bump up that algorithm, get this video out to more like-minded people. So yeah, a subscribe would also help the channel out. And now if we do continue with this update, I'm going to show you how we could actually be coming up to there, just as XRP did in the last week. And so what we now need to do is, again, hold those levels that I mentioned earlier, nicely hold that 1 Fibonacci. If we were to come down to there, followed by a break towards here, maybe we do get rejected again, hold this these wicks that we've now formed as support, as well as the 200 EMA, probably most likely going to be in that area, followed by a break past this right shoulder over here and through the golden pocket, actually reclaiming it and then going on the path it should have originally, which was a push up into here. That is what we're measuring, followed by a dump into the golden pocket and continuation high. Essentially, we'll be going back on that path to the range high over here in the coming future, if we can follow this path, which is flip this 1 Fibonacci back into support and eventually meet the target over here and flip that into support, followed by a pump to our range high over here. So by reclaiming the 1 Fibonacci, which sits at 53390, could be very good opportunity going forward. And we don't know how fast this could happen, but yeah, there's a good opportunity here coming up for Hbar. And to be honest, guys, if you did buy down here, whether that was an investment or trade, just as we did on the channel, which I mentioned over here, expecting a reversal from this point, you'd be sitting on a 30% gain at the moment. And then up to there, this could be an 82%, all given for free over here. If you want me to help you achieve this and do this all on your own, well, you don't even have to do it on your own. You could even be part of my Discord community, which you can get totally free for up to 3 months if you join through my course or mentorship. I'm going to play a little clip right now if you're interested in that. But again, more info, just message me on my Twitter. So just to end the video, if any of you do want further guidance, I do actually help people. I've taught over 80 plus people in the past and currently have 80 plus people in the Discord community that are past students or members of the Discord chat. If you want to become a member, then click this link. You can actually get 3 months, which is £60 of value, totally for free if you take action on my course or mentorship. After those 3 months totally free, this does become £10 whether you stay or leave and want to join back at a later date. Take action through these bookings if you want to get those 3 months totally for free. And with the 5-hour or 10-hour mentorship plan, you do get that course included totally for free for the rest of your life, as well as that 3 months free in the chat. Message me on my Twitter or take action through this website. Cheers.